I am Kenyarta. I'm an author from Compton, California, originally from Washington, D.C. in the Virginia area. I am a self-published author. My first short story was published over 3 years ago. My second novel was released 2 years ago. And my most current novel, The Enemy She Knows, was released in this October of last year. I'm currently working on my next novel, which is called The Ruse, which will be released in the fall of this year. I've been writing since I was a child. I started off with songs, poems, plays, short stories, and that over time evolved into what I'm doing now. I've always had a passion for writing, a passion for words, and a passion for wordplay. And so I feel that what I'm doing now is definitely what I was called to do when I was a youngster. I decided to go from writing for myself to publishing after winning first place, the first place prize rather, for a competition for the Los Angeles City College. I had entered in a short story entitled Misfire, which is available on Amazon. To my surprise, the story did very, very well. It was very well received. And I let it sit for about a year just on my shelf, and friends were asking me, why haven't you posted this? Why haven't you made it available to the public yet? Let people read it. I didn't want to do that. And I said, you know what? Let me just try it out. I posted it online on Amazon. I self-published it. It was the easiest way. It was a short story. And marketing a short story is not very ideal to potential agents. Misfire it was very well received by the public. It was a raw and a rough story as far as the quality of it, although that did not interfere with the reader enjoying the story. But it was a great introduction to the writer that I am and my style of writing. I would describe my style of writing as vivid, as entertaining, engaging, fun, as well as pieces of literature that contain strong messages and morals and lessons. I believe, very similar to hip-hop and rap, I am a huge hip-hop. I believe that rap entertains and hip-hop teaches. I want to be a writer who readers can read, readers can go to for good books and be entertained, as well as feel like, you know what, I walked away with a lesson. I walked away learning this. My style of writing, I love books that a person who normally would not read or hates to read would find themselves immersed in. They often include action, adventure, very strong, very colorful, engaging characters that people of all walks of life from everywhere can relate to and feel like they know personally, or even themselves can say, you know what, I see myself in him or her, and therefore keeping them locked in through all the action, the adventure, and all the surprises to the end of the book. So when I finished with Misfire, I knew that I wanted to write a second story. I didn't know what it was going to be, but I knew I wasn't done with that world. So a friend of mine, a coworker at my job at the school, she informed me of a short story contest that was going to be ending in about 2 weeks, which means that the deadline was coming up very, very soon. The story had to be based out of Argentina. Never been there, but I said, you know what, this would be a good opportunity to challenge myself to see how well I can do. So I went home that very night. I went on YouTube and I downloaded a video from the show, the series Vice, which detailed the drug trade in a city called Rosario, Argentina. I found it extremely fascinating. And so one of the caveats of the short story was there were lots of rules. And the one that the writing prompt rather, was the one that I chose. Tell a story about a character who went to Argentina and found themselves in trouble and having to get out and explain how they did that. So with that, all my characters in all my stories, with the exception of Misfire, are all named after my students. That's a fact that a lot of my readers don't know, which I'm very happy about. And Mia was initially supposed to be this blue-eyed, blonde-haired girl from California. She was a surfer chick, skateboarded, but as I listened to her voice, as I was patient and received her story, I realized that this is not the Mia who I thought. Like, she's a sister. She's a strong sister from Inglewood, California, with dreadlocks, with a personality, with sass. She's educated. She's decisive. She is a strong woman, someone that both men and women can relate to in her story. She's a complex character who's flawed, who's beautifully flawed, with secrets that are exposed or revealed as the story progresses. When my readers are introduced to Mia, they are dropped into her world, and they're day into her world, and they're left to decide or to unravel the pieces as to who this woman is. And that is a truth that is slowly revealed. And Mia Keys is a character I am extremely proud of. She is someone that many people find themselves asking, who is she? But always saying how much they love her. I write to give people an escape from what we face in our everyday lives. Whether you are a multimillionaire or someone just struggling to get by, we all have problems. We all go through things. When I write, I find that the characters speak to me in ways that I don't always predict, but in a way where it's beautiful, that when my readers receive my stories, I understand that the story is not always for me, it was for them. I write to give people hope, to give people an escape from the realities that they face each day, whether they are prepared for them or not. I write because I feel like I write because I know I have been called to do so. I write because even if I wanted to not write, the words would still find me. In my sleep, when I'm walking, when I'm at work. I write because it's my passion. I write because I am a writer.